Hello and welcome back to the Drive to Thrive show, the show all about being yourself, being your best, and truly thriving in life, whatever that means to you. Today marks our 20th episode, and with that, I wanted to give you a powerful reminder to help serve you on your journey. Because being our 20th episode means that we've been doing this together for nearly 5 months. And in the last 5 months, going through life and in the pursuit of your growth and goals, you've maybe experienced some or a lot of change. I know for me personally, I've certainly experienced a lot of change in my life. And for you, maybe those changes have come for the better, maybe they've come for the worse, or maybe it's been a mix of both. But regardless of whether those changes have come for better, for worse, or for a mix of both, please remember that absolutely everything in life is temporary, and that the only constant in life is change. Which is to say that wherever you are and whatever is going on in your life right now, circumstances will change, emotions will fade, and the natural course of life and its ebbs and flows will continue to go on. And if you are someone who's experienced change for the worse recently, just because things aren't going your way right now or because tragedy has struck, doesn't mean that you can't still grow through what you go through and come out stronger and thriving. Because please remember, thriving isn't an end destination or outcome. Thriving is a way of being. It's a mentality, a way of acting, and a way of feeling. It's something that you create for yourself, by yourself, within yourself. And the very origins of the word thriving are to do with growing and being triumphant. And even through challenges, hardships, and tragedies, you can still grow and be triumphant over those things. And yes, thriving in good times may look and feel very different to thriving through challenges, but it's still possible. You're still capable of it, and it's definitely still worth it. Because life isn't about what happens, it's about what we do with what happens, how we react and respond to what happens. And even in hard times, as Jordan Peterson would say, you can still make your bed. Which is to say, you can still take full personal responsibility for your personal circumstances and make them better. One step at a time, one small percentage at a time. In these times, you can still focus on what you can control. The three things you can control being your focus and where you direct your mind, your effort and how much you put into the things that you're doing, and your actions, the very things that you do and do not do. And as well as that, through controlling your focus, your effort, and your actions, you can still pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward one foot in front of the other. And regardless of whether you're someone who is experiencing the good times or the hard times right now, this is why it's so important that we have a vision for our lives, goals to help us realize that vision, and a powerful, deep, compelling why for why it is we want to realize those goals and that vision. So that if and when the challenges, hardships, and tragedies come along, even if that is our own mind or our own emotions testing us, other people testing us, Murphy's Law or life throwing its challenges at us, we have that deeper meaning, that higher purpose and reason to help pull us through these times and keep us moving forward. And if you are someone who going through life right now, things are good, great, or even amazing, then it's just as important that you spend some time just now thinking about how you can be as prepared as possible for when times get challenging, hard, or when tragedy strikes. Not because we want to be intentionally morose, negative, or pessimistic, and not because we want to contribute toward these things happening or manifest them in our lives, but purely because we want to be as prepared as possible so that if and when the challenges, hardships, and tragedies strike, we can still show up and be the leader we want to be of ourselves, our families, our loved ones, and our organizations, to still be the parent, partner, and person that we know we can be, and to still make progress with what's important to us. Because to me personally, Thriving is all about being able to take action on and make progress with the things that are important to us in life, regardless of the circumstances. And if you think about it, for centuries, in the summer and autumn when times are good, people have been preparing for the winter. Not because they're negative or pessimistic, but because they know, both metaphorically and literally, in life, winter is coming. In life, there will be colder, darker times, and that's okay. Because if we are prepared for them, then we can handle them as best we can and continue to move forwards. This is something that the great philosophers, the Stoics, spoke about, and they call it premeditatio malorum, which is the premeditation of evil, which basically means that in any grand plans, goals, or strategies, they would always have a think about what could possibly go wrong and how is it that I can handle it. And this is a great thing to do that I do with my clients, that I do in my own life, because when we are pursuing growth, when we're pursuing goals, when we're trying to realize our visions and live fulfilling lives, the worst thing that can happen isn't that something goes wrong. The worst thing that can happen is that something goes wrong that we didn't see coming and it catches us completely off guard. Because then we might freeze, we might get overwhelmed, we might give in to doubt, dread, fear, or anxiety. But if we've already premeditated these things, if we've already thought about them, then chances are we'll have an action plan and strategy in place to help us to overcome it. Or, at the very least, we'll know how we can manage our doubt, handle our anxiety, overcome overwhelm, and continue to move forward the very best that we can. And in light of all of this, I would love to share a quote with you. A quote which is used by the Navy SEALs, which is, "Under pressure, we don't rise to the occasion, we sink to the level of our training. That's why we train so hard." And so, in the good times, let's think about how we can prepare for life's tragedies and hardships, or even just what could go wrong in our action plans and strategies towards our goals. That way, if and when they do come up, we are prepared and ready to deal with them mentally, physically, emotionally, and in our strategies and tactics. And so, this brings today's episode nicely to a close. And I know this was a wee bit different, but please, if you're someone who is going through the challenges and hardships of life right now, use this as a beacon of hope. And if you're someone who is going through the good times in life, then use this as a call to action to take advantage of these times and make sure that you are as strong and well prepared as possible for if and when challenges and hardships strike. Because at some point in life, winter is coming. It's not something that we can avoid. Every single one of us has people that we love, and one day the people that we love are going to get ill, they might get hurt, and everyone in the world at some point is going to die. And I don't share that as a morose thing, I share that as a basic fact of life so that we can acknowledge it, accept it, and prepare for it. That way, in these times, we can still be the people and the leaders that we want to be and keep making progress towards our goals. Because even in the hard times, we can thrive. In the good times, of course, we can thrive. And if we are prepared, if we acknowledge and accept that these things can and will happen at some point, then regardless of circumstances, good, bad, or neutral, we can do our very best to keep moving forward and in that thriving. Please, if this has touched you today or you know someone else who's going through a hard time, then please share this with someone who needs to hear it. And until next time, please continue to move forward. Be prepared for what is coming in life, regardless of what that may be. The good times where we could lose our discipline, where we could drop the ball, or the hard times when we really need our discipline and we need to grip the ball tightly. Until next time, take care, please be kind to others, and I'll catch you real soon. Peace.